Monarch School really started with a small kind of one-room space where our founder, Sandy McBrayer, was working with kids directly off the street. When we first moved to our Cedar Street location in Little Italy, we grew at a pace that we just didn't anticipate or expect. And at that period in time, we relied heavily on the support of community volunteers to help with our staff to meet the needs of all of those students. It was just at that time that we received the opportunity from the San Diego Women's Foundation to help with our volunteer program. And I can say I don't think there was a better time in our history that we really needed the support of those community members as we had more kids showing up at our door than we could serve. So with the grant that we received from the San Diego Women's Foundation, we were able to bring on the staff support that we needed to help grow our volunteer program to what it is today. And that volunteer base is really what's helped us in forming new board members, fundraising for this facility, finding the facility. There's absolutely no way we could have done what we've done over the last decade without the help of our volunteers. And that wouldn't have happened without having the support for the staff in the beginning to get the program going. I was one of those volunteers that joined Monarch through the program funded by the San Diego Women's Foundation. I first became a volunteer in 2003 and was celebrated as Volunteer of the Year in 2004. So without the program supported by the San Diego Women's Foundation, I never would have had the positive experience that I had with Monarch and wouldn't have been encouraged to continue my participation for more than 6 years and eventually come back in a leadership role in the organization. What I'm really proud of Monarch for doing with this grant is using it as a basis for the program that continues to this day. So while we started with part-time staff support and a smaller program, today we have over 300 volunteers that have served more than 4,000 hours last year. And that's all because of the program that was started by the grant from the San Diego Women's Foundation. Many of our core programming was started by volunteers, and many of the volunteers that started with us in 2002 and 2003. I've seen volunteers stay late into the night to make sure our students had a ride home or had the clothing or the dinner that they've needed. I've had them step way outside of what they signed up to do and what they thought they were going to do when they first came to Monarch. And now as we're getting ready to grow and expand, we need volunteers more than ever. So when we had a need at the time 10 years ago, that need is even greater now. My hope for the volunteer program growing forward is that it continues to grow, continues to expand, and bring in additional people with new talents that can help support our students and our organization.